Hey y'all, welcome back to another week in my life. My name is Brianna and I'm so glad to have you here. Today's little week will include a lot of different garden content, garden tour, getting ready for camping, a little camping clip. So hope you guys like it. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and let's get into this. Okay y'all, I wanted to give you a little garden update. It's been a little bit since I don't even know, I've done like clips of the garden, but nothing big, and I'm like really happy with things turning out because I didn't know how things necessarily would do because we're doing, sorry, bad gardening, that car distracted me, and it's something new. I did like kind of buckets. And honestly, I was not good at watering, but I feel like pretty well. I come out and water it every single day, maybe not as much on weekends, and then I think they get hit by the sprinklers. So really excited to kind of show you guys this garden and show you how everything's going. Okay, so our pot right here, you can see we have the peppers and onions. I've been eating these green onions quite a bit. I haven't looked down to see how big they are down here. But you can see the pepper plants are getting pretty big. If you look really close here, hopefully it's zooming in, it's hard to tell on this camera, you can kind of see some of the blossoms that are about to come. Even this little small one I think is kind of about to get there. So hopefully I'll have some peppers pretty soon. Next here we have potatoes, which end up going crazy, and you can see the corn I put in between here just really hasn't done that well. Hasn't gotten that big, and for some reason the potatoes are just like, nope, not hanging in anymore. So they're still here, they're still alive, but they're kind of separate. And then along here I have a bunch of squash, the random ones that popped up in my mulch bin. Some of these I did plant, and then other ones kind of came up when I planted more mulch. So we'll see how they do. They're kind of way behind everything else, but still have time in this year. Then we got all of the corn. You can see here is growing really well. I just had to plant some in the ground. So it's been doing good. And every once in a while you can see some cilantro. So excited for that. Here's one tomato plant. This one I actually gave to my mom because I hadn't had room, and then she ended up doing really good growing it. It's been kind of weird ever since I planted it here. There's actually two, so we'll just see how they actually do here. And next we have a whole pot of cilantro. I'm really excited because cilantro is one of my favorites. Strawberries here, still no actual strawberries, but the plants look gorgeous, so hoping for something soon. Next here we have the actual tomato plants. You can see they're probably going to start sending off tomatoes pretty soon as well. This little plant is like so sad, but I struggle with this Mila from the beginning, so it's just our special plant. Next we have all this different kind of squash, pumpkins, and then corn. So this first one is little baby pumpkins. You can see they're doing pretty good. They're about to blossom. Corn is not close to do anything quite yet. Look what I just found. This is the crookneck squash. So once this blossoms, and if I can get a male flower, so let me see a good example. Like a male flower. So see, it comes a lot straighter here. And then that comes off. So if one of like these blossom first, well, it needs to be on this plant, I can put into this plant and then make sure that I can save any of these seeds. If not, I can just care whatever it does. But if you want to save, you want to make sure it's to each plant so that you don't get a whatever squash, which will be like the ones over here that came from the mulch bin. And then here's the zucchini, and you can see they're about to blossom in there as well. So we're getting really close with all that's happening in here. So this is kind of the main part of the garden. I do have some more of those weird squash, whatever combo they're going to be in the garden. I mean, on my front porch. Honestly, I've not been as good about watering them as everything else here, but everything here is really green and nice and cute. So I'm excited to be able to start harvesting and have like a little bit of garden kind of stuff here, even though we can't do a big thing like I would love. Okay, I decided to show you guys these. You can see there's been some damage, and I know some of it is from, we had a hailstorm, and you can kind of see with the other squash, but it kind of hit a lot of these here. And I've kind of wondered too if there might be a bug eating them, but I haven't been able to find anything. So they might not turn out as well as all the other ones, but I guess we'll just see. So later that night, I was actually making wild rags. Y'all know I have had a little wild rag thing, and honestly, I've actually decided to kind of just end this little thing. There's a lot of different reasons. A lot of it is just economies, as everyone knows. People are just not buying as much extra things. So I wanted to get ready for a show I decided to go to do in town and try to sell as many as I could there. So this was just me getting all of them ready and doing a lot of sewing. After that, I went and made some bread and bagels. You guys know at this point I make them a lot, probably about every other week at this point, because we run out and we like eating them. So this is another little quick snippet of me making them. So this is a different day, and if you remember from the last week in my life, I started this homemade cleaning supply. So it's really just vinegar and orange pills, and just was putting it into a container so I'll be able to spray it and use it to clean whatever I needed. And of course, I couldn't wait to use it and had to use it to clean the bar right away. So this night for dinner, I decided to make some homemade spaghetti. So I had a whole bunch of basil from my garden that I decided to pick. And then I had this garlic, and also, you guys, I'm not good with cutting fresh garlic. I normally just get like the mint stuff from Costco, but it is my goal to be able to use it. So I'm slowly attempting. It's doing it horribly, I'm sure, but I'm learning. I'm trying to learn. And if you have any tips, please let me know in the comments below, because I would love some help and guidance on fresh garlic, because I want to become a pro on it. So a different day for this morning, was making up some breakfast, which was some homemade bagels, and then an array of different veggies, some peppers, mushrooms, and then some radishes, and frying it up into some butter, and then just eating that with the bagel. So for lunch, I was having some leftover chicken cabbage salad, which is one of my favorite salads, and it's so yummy and very addicting. I also had a bunch of pumpkin cookies that I made, so I had some of those with my lunch. After that, I had some raspberry leaf tea that I got in bulk, and so I wanted to put it into jars to help kind of just preserve it, keep it longer. And you can definitely see I was struggling at first, but I got it in there eventually. So I went over to help my mom plant her garden. We were doing some tomatoes today, so helping dig some holes and then later put them in and get them planted. So I believe this was a different day, and what I did was go out to my garden and I was putting up ropes, or I guess twine, from my garden up to the fence. And what I was doing with this in the garden was, with the squash and putting those strings up, was so that the squash and pumpkins could grow. Mostly I did it on the pumpkins and not squash. It could kind of grow up the ropes, and I have little plastic things that I was helping it to guide it to, so they don't kind of go everywhere and can grow up and not climb all over my other plant. Okay, y'all, I thought I'd get here for a second. Maybe probably won't be a second, but it's what it is. We're going camping tomorrow, and so I spent all night, not even all night, I got back late, so probably the last hour and a half doing a lot of different baking to get stuff ready because it's just been a busy week. So ignore the mess that's here. I don't know what it is when I'm making mess, like making stuff, and the messes just come. So I'm gonna show you guys some stuff. So the first thing, well, this wasn't the first thing, but right now this is waiting to cook. This will be sourdough rosemary crackers. It's really pretty much just discard. I've never made these before, but it looks yummy, and I just thought it'd be an easy snack. Ignore again this whole mess here. The next thing is I made brown sugar sourdough muffins, family recipe that I turned into sourdough. I also made sourdough pumpkin chocolate chip muffins as well, and I think it ended up being like, let me think, probably 5 dozen different muffins. I throw most of them into the freezer, some are ready for camping, and then this one I'm waiting for these other ones to get out so that I can put on. So it's been pretty busy with those to get them all ready and everything. I have all that. Also made pizza dough. We're gonna make pizza for one dinner, and then I did also tinfoil dinners for another meal. So did some hamburger, put some steak seasoning, then had some thin potatoes and put some olive oil and salt on them and a few layers. And then I did put some carrots, and then just on my radishes, because Logan doesn't like radishes, but I do. So I think this will be pretty easy. We'll just have muffins for breakfast up there. It'll be easy. Pizza, just do it into the Dutch oven. I can't even think. And then the tinfoil dinner. So it's all pretty easy. And then I want to do sandwiches for lunch. So I'll probably do that all tomorrow because I'm getting tired right now. And I've already done a lot. I really have done a lot, so I'm pretty proud. And it's getting pretty late, but I've done quite a bit of stuff. Get ready for camping tomorrow because we're going camping for my birthday. So I'm really excited. I told Logan, I'm like, I just need to get away. Y'all know I used to travel a lot if you've been following me for forever, and since getting married, hasn't happened. So I'm hoping, well, with gas as it is, we're not gonna go anytime soon, but this one will be a camping trip that's farther away than normal. Not too far, but enough that it should be good. So I'm really excited for that. Alright, I'm setting the timer. These are really weird. I'm gonna have to give you guys my thoughts on these. It's like so it's really just discard oil, salt, and then the rosemary. And you cook it for like 30 minutes, you score it, and then another 30 minutes. You don't have to score it, you can break them later, but that's how it is. So, I really don't know how these are gonna turn out. We will see. I do think it's really watery, that's why it makes sense to be in for that long, so we'll just see how this kind of works out and does all that, but yeah. I'm not sure, I really didn't film a lot, but I wanted to give you guys a little bit of this because a little background, and we'll be camping tomorrow, so, or going up camping. But yeah, I'm tired, hungry, it's too late to be eating, so. So I didn't get as many clips up camping as I had hoped. It ended up being kind of more of a lazy trip, even though all of our intentions were to do a whole lot. It's just how things end up happening, and I ended up getting sunburned really bad, so we didn't even end up staying as long as we had planned. But just some shots, some yummy pizza that we had made up there, and yeah. Thanks y'all for watching this week in my life. Hope you guys loved it. Please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week. I'm really excited for next week's video, so you do not want to miss it. Have a great day, great night. God bless.